We're gonna chop up some stuff, but we're not gonna use a knife. We're gonna use the Mandoline, and this is fave number 3. This is your Kitchen Master EasyHold Mandoline Slicer, and it even comes with a lemon squeezer. So your choices, as you can see, we've got black, purple, blue. This is green. It's very much like a lime green, orange, or red. So we've got all of the colors. They're each gonna come with their own mandolin and their own lemon squeezer. So do you see it's like a traditional lemon squeezer on this side? Even on the, you've got that pour spout, so when all the juice comes down there, it's time to pour it, you pour here. But underneath, you have little thorns or little spokes. What that's for is when you're peeling, or I should say slicing, fruits and vegetables, you kind of pierce them here, and this serves as your knuckle protector. So your knuckles, your fingertips, your fingernails are not anywhere near this mandolin blade. And let's talk about this blade, because this is where, as they say, the magic happens. So on this blade, which you can adjust to have really thin cuts, let me do it this side, really thin cuts or really thick cuts. Do you see how I open that up? So now if I'm slicing something, it's gonna be as thick as that. If I want it thinner, I can go down. If I want it thicker, I pop it up, just like that. I like this mandolin. There are a lot on the market that you can choose from, but what's great is that you don't have blades that you have to interchange in and out. You know, it all stays contained and connected, because for a lot of us, if we had separate blades that were a separate unit, we would never use them or we would lose them. That's what happens. But with this, if you want a thicker cut, you just turn this, and it's just a knob, you know? You just turn the knob one way. If you want a thinner cut, you turn the knob the other way, and then anything in between. So think about those things that you would be slicing and dicing. Maybe when you're making, let's say you're making salad, you're doing a salad. So you're cutting up your cucumbers, and then your radish, and then your tomatoes. Maybe it's even your lettuce, maybe, or your cabbage. Let's say you're doing coleslaw. Your carrots, potatoes, beets, whatever it is. I could name every vegetable, in the supermarket. You can slice them with your mandolin slicer. And the best part about using a mandolin is that it goes faster than pulling out a knife and a cutting board and doing each one separately. The mandolin just makes it that much easier, and that's why you see them in restaurants, and that's why they use them in delis, because they can just slice, slice, slice really quick and keep on moving. And that's exactly what you're gonna do as well. So maybe, at the beginning of this year, did you say that you wanted to eat better? You wanted to eat healthier and fresher. And as the springtime comes and the produce just gets sweet and juicy, and you are looking forward to eating more salads and more stir fries and those kinds of things, that's where you will appreciate having a mandolin. And it's because it's the prep time that gets cut in half. Usually when it comes to cooking, a lot of people say, it's not that I don't like to cook. The cooking is fast. The cooking is just putting it on the fire and watching it come up to temperature. It's the prep that takes forever, and it is. So if I can cut my prep time, because now I have a mandolin that can do more slicing than I could ever do with a knife, I'm good to go for all of my soups, my stir fries, my salads, and all of those kinds of things. So here are your colors. This is red. Orange is gonna be the one that goes first. We have green, and this is a lime green, like the inside of the lime, not the peel of the lime. There's blue, there's purple, and there's black. Which one do you need? Which one would you like to have? Which one are saying, you know what, I've really been needing a mandolin? And up until now, if they've had interchangeable blades, they just seemed a little bit too, not even so much complicated, but just knowing yourself. I always say, well, it looks easy, but knowing myself, I'm probably never going to change those blades. This is how fast it is, and look what you can cut. If you want to make your own potato chips or your own French fries or things like that, so much easier than using those old graters. So much safer than using those old graters too, because if you've ever used one of those old silver graters, we probably all have, yeah, your knuckle, you might even still have a scar from where your knuckle hit it. You can do all of the things that you would do with the old ones, do it with the mandolin, and do it easier and better and faster. And cleanup is a breeze, because you can easily, clean these off with no problems. Now, we will have a full presentation coming up at 9 a.m. But if you're up now watching and you're saying, I so need that, it's less than $10 to get home, and